Hey everybody, this is Sallie Simmons. This is my first video of the year. Today is January 2nd, 2023. This is a day when many people are focusing on what the goals are going to be for the new year. I know 2023, I'm hoping, will be the best one yet. So this video is just to give you a few pointers if home ownership is your goal for 2023. First of all, I'm sure that I'm beating a dead horse when I say this because everybody says it, but to set your goals, they need to be SMART goals. What I mean by that is it needs to be specific. That's the S in SMART. Who, what, when, where. The second one is it needs to be measurable. How are you going to know if you've achieved it or not if it cannot be measured? You can't improve what you don't measure. It needs to be achievable/attainable. That's your A in SMART. If you've never run a marathon before, you may or may not be running an ultra marathon this year. So think ahead of everything. Make sure you pick something that is attainable. Otherwise, not meeting your goals doesn't lead you to be successful and want to set more goals. It needs to be relevant. So it needs to be closely related to what your objectives are. And then last but not least, it needs to be time-based. You need a deadline when you plan on having this goal met. A great way to achieve a goal is to set it in increments and look at it incrementally and have a time frame for each of those increments on the way to your final end goal. Now that we've talked about how to set goals, which I'm sure you already knew, never hurts to have a reminder. Here are some things you need to do right now if home ownership is on your goal list for 2023. The first thing I would suggest you do is pull up your credit reports. You can go to freecreditreport.com. You can pull up all three there. You get a free report once a year. I suggest pulling them all up, looking to see if there's anything that you may not know about. Is there a collection from something a long time ago? Is your credit card not reporting correctly? Do you have a bill that's showing it was past due when it's not? Anything like that is going to affect your credit score pretty greatly. So you want to make sure that that's all in the up and up before you even talk to a lender. Your next step is to pick your team. Who are you going to trust throughout this process? Who's going to get this done for you? What does the team look like that is going to be answering your calls before and after work? That's going to be texting back and forth with you on the weekends. It's going to be discussing very important aspects of this transaction before, in the middle of it, and afterwards. You want somebody that's going to be there through the thick and thin and is going to help you through the process. So you want to pick your agent. You want to pick someone who you're going to enjoy being around because it's not a short process. Even if you found your first house the first weekend that we go out to find a house, we still work together throughout the entire process. That's through dropping off your earnest money. That's through inspection, appraisals, the entire loan process, anything that could come up with title, just anything. So at least 30 days, plan on working with whoever it is, and hopefully you'll find someone who you feel comfortable with. I would love for that person to be me. At the same time you find your agent, you also want to find a lender and get pre-approved. This way, your agent can set up a search for you based on real criteria and parameters that matter to you. Firstly, being the price. Now, once you get pre-approved, the lender will give you a number based on your debt-to-income ratio, your credit score, all the things to determine what your max monthly payment will be. That max monthly payment might be way more than you're comfortable with. At that point, it's time for you and the lender to chat, set something that's realistic, say, hey, I'm comfortable with this amount per month. Then they will say, okay, great, your max home price is this. Then we go out looking. Actually, let me take a step back. Then we set up your search in the MLS. So the MLS is where all of the active listings are listed. So as soon as they come on the market, you can get an email. So what you need to focus on after you get all of those steps done is, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in a place that's close to work? Do you want to be in a place that's close to trails? Do you want to have easy access to the mountains? Do you want to be close to things that are walkable? Is there a school district that you're interested in having your children enroll in? All of those things are very important. Once you determine where you want to be, then you need to determine what are the most important parts of the house. Obviously, you'll need a minimum of a certain amount of bedrooms and bathrooms. Potentially, you'll have a minimum amount of square footage that works for you and your family. But a lot of other things to take into consideration are, do you have any hobbies that would make you need a larger garage? Do you have any mobility issues and maybe you don't need stairs? Do you have dogs? You definitely need a fenced-in backyard. All of those things are super important. So once we get the search set up, then you will go in every day that something comes out that fits your criteria. You will get an email from me or your agent, hopefully me. And it will have every house that's come out on the market that fits what you're looking for. And our MLS and the back-end system within my company have great options to where you can place things to let me know how you actually feel about it. So you put a heart by something you love. You put a question mark or a light bulb by something you're interested in. Could work, maybe not. And then you have the epitome of all, the I do not like this house, and you put a trash can by it. So what that does is allow me to hone in a little bit more on what it is you're looking for and make fine-tuning adjustments in the MLS to make sure that you're getting everything that you're wanting to get from your search. So if 2023 is your year to buy a house, so if 2023 is the year that you want to buy a house, give me a call at 662-588-2420. Let's make a plan. I work with a bunch of great lenders. I am always available for my clients. I will bend over backwards and treat you like family, and I am not leaving once the transaction is over. I tend to become friends with my clients if we weren't already. So I would love to help you. So give me a call, shoot me a text, an email, comment on this video, whatever works for you. I would love to help you out. Happy New Year.